Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Gemini. That's Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, or Gemini Rising for the month of November 2022. Mars is in Gemini and is moving retrograde this month, November. So, there's a lot of activation of conversation, going over things, looking at the past, looking at the details, looking at all the information. There's lots of information. There's lots of talking going on. It's enough to drive you nuts if you pay too close attention, I think, honestly. Of course, Gemini is the planet is the sign associated with duality. It is a sign associated with communication. And so Mercury this month, your ruling planet, is in Scorpio and Sagittarius. So relationships and perspective are going to be focuses for the Gemini, and the accumulation of information and knowledge. Okay, let's see where we start, Gemini. The many, many gifts of the Gemini. The gift of gab, perhaps. There's a lot being offered to you right now, Gemini, or it's either a lot's being offered or you have a lot to offer. You have a lot to offer. What challenge is that? Sometimes you feel like you're out there on your own, that you don't have the support that you need. If you don't have the support that you need, if you need somebody to help you to support your talent or support the information that you have or support your knowledge, you need to find that support. It's not that easy. It's not that easy to find people who can have a similar view as you, or even think that what you have to offer is important enough for them to put their energy into it. But there are people out there and they will help you. So you just have to put the word out and ask. If you've really been suffering, you're in a position of a lot of mental anguish. Anguish is a mental thing. It's how we sort of beat each other up. So instead of beating yourself up, maybe you should focus on what you can offer to a situation instead of maybe a mistake that you made previously. In the past, there was an obstacle. There's a big rock. It may be connected to this anguish that you're feeling. Let's see what's in the sky for you. Wow, destruction. Destruction. I want to point out, Gemini, that this can be a reading for Donald Trump. But this is what's in the sky. Destruction. Destruction. Let's see what's in the immediate future for you. Transient. Okay. So this may be a very difficult point in your life. You're really sort of feeling like you have so much to offer, but you just can't seem to get out of your own way, maybe, or you can't seem to get over something that blocks you in some way. This is a transient thing. The time is changing. There's a shifting. There's a changing. So don't lose hope on this one. How other people see you, they don't see you. They don't really see who you are. You may not even know who you are. Gemini is a difficult energy because you're two things. You're both things simultaneously. You're good, you're bad, you're dark, you're light. You're right, you're wrong. And you can do all that stuff simultaneously as a Gemini. It can be very confusing for people. We have combustion in your domestic situation. This could be good. Maybe you need some combustion. This can heat you. This can warm you. Or this can burn your house down. So I guess it depends on how well you tend to the fire, how well you tend the combustion. There are things you cannot ignore at this time. Hopes and fears, upheaval. This is somewhat like a tower card in this deck, but there's a tornado here. This is about change. You are fearing the change, fearing the upheaval. And the outcome is the harmony card. The outcome is the harmony card. Let's see what's underneath this. What's underneath all of this? So what's underneath it? We get resilience, resiliency. Then we get the path, which is the path of peace. And then we get the multiverse. We're going through a energetic shift. It's as if we're going from a life that's black and white, right? Black and white, right and wrong, every edge, to a life of harmony, to a life of harmony. And it requires you to get the help you need to move through those things in the past that you did not think could change, that you felt were in the way. This is the fact that destruction is in the sky, while scary, does bode well in a way for letting go of obstacles that you thought were insurmountable, right? Now, I'm putting a little bit of a positive spin on this because, you know, and of course it is positive because ultimately we get the harmony card at the end. So for those of you those Geminis out there who are listening to this, if you can utilize the shift and the change that you see in the world, the disruption, the chaos that you see in the world, to help you move out of this place of anguish, of being stuck in the past, whether it's self-judgment or whatever, and move into a new beginning, this is the time to do it. Now, if you're Donald Trump, I think that this is an indication of a demise for you, or at least the Trump that we know. I mean, it's ultimately up to him, right? What he does with it, as a soul. But I think his time is in with influence is almost over. Now, not to say that what he has unleashed is almost over, but I think his influence is. Then we'll have to look at ourselves, right? We won't have Trump to blame anymore. We'll have to look at ourselves and do the work of making a better world. Now that he showed us everything that's wrong with it, now we get to create it in a way that instead of cruelty being the point, compassion and humanity being the point. We are moving into the Aquarian age. It's about time we catch up with that. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful month. Like and subscribe. If you'd like a reading with me, you can contact me at my website, theseedoftransformation.com. There's a link below. If you'd like to donate to this channel, there's a link below for that. Any donations, any help, any thumbs up and likes, I appreciate. Thank you for all your support in the past. And if you would trend, I have a Patreon channel now. It's called Dr. Vicky at the Seeds. You can there's a link below for that as well. And you can become a patron if you like. There are different levels. There isn't most of the work I do, I still do on YouTube, but there will be special things just for Patreon people. In fact, there's a series now called The Devil's in the Details, the making of the monster that is Trump. Some of his most significant relationships, where I already looked at his relationship with his father. And we're going to be looking at his relationship with one of his people, maybe that spiritual counselors or guidance that he had in his life, which is Norman Vincent Peale. The power of positive thinking. Is that dangerous? Is it possible if taken to an extreme? Is that a recipe for malignant narcissist? Doesn't have to be. There is a benefit to positive thinking, but we can look at Norman Vincent Peale's chart and how it affected Trump. We're also going to be looking at his relationship with Roy Cohn, his relationship with Roger Stone, his relationship to Putin, and perhaps even his relationship to Joe Biden. We'll see. All right, guys, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful month. And I will see you again next month for the Taroscopes for Gemini for the month of December. Take care, everyone. Namaste.